I've got our Excalibur card out, working on it again. I'm ready to upgrade for our next round of tests. We now have a let me see that here, 48 volt, 35 amp hour lithium ion battery. Got our input, our output plug, and our input plug or the charge port. And this one battery will replace all 4 of our lead acid batteries. And our 4 lead acid batteries, they weigh about 8 or 9 pounds apiece. So that's about 35 pounds. And this guy weighs 27 pounds, I believe. Our 4 lead acid batteries are 12 volt, 15 amp hour. So together they form a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery pack. Whereas this is a 48 volt, 35 amp hour battery pack. So a little over twice as much available power. On our last set of tests with our SLAs, the lead acid batteries, I think we got almost 340 or 350 watt hours out of them. So now we'll get this mounted up and do some tests and see what kind of watt hours we can get out of this fella. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is our current 4 lead acid batteries, fully charged, are about 52 volts. Our lithium battery here is a 13S configuration, and its top charge is a little over 54 volts, like 54.4. So we should even get about 2 volts higher initial voltage available to our motors. And also we'll keep an eye on, see what kind of a voltage drop. Hopefully this lithium battery handles the voltage drop a little bit better. Yeah, our lead acid batteries, they were showing at least a 4 to 5 volt drop on hard acceleration and takeoffs. So, gotta get our Anderson connector for our power input wired up on our cart. We'll get our lead acid batteries off of there, and we'll go from there. Well, I got our batteries out, stacked them up here for comparison. Here's our 4 12 volt 15 amp hour sealed lead acid batteries, and here's our 48 volt 35 amp hour lithium ion battery. And the way we had the 4 batteries laid out, the ground was on this side and then the positive was on the other side. We'll have to fish our ground over to the other side here. This is our power in wire. Our ground over here. So these are the 2 we'll have to get that Anderson connector hooked up to. Then we'll probably set our lithium battery right here. Alrighty, lithium battery sits in our battery tray pretty well. Notice we got just a slight rub issue with the seat here in the front. I just pad that just a little bit. Other than that, it sits there good and solid. I'll strap it down. And then our Anderson plug. Ain't got far to go to meet up with our power wires. Alright, getting ready to solder our ends on these Anderson connectors. And here's the inside terminal. Goes up inside there. The trick to these is you get them hot, fill them up with the solder, and then insert your wire or your lug. How long it's going to take this thing to get hot. Speed things up, I got our torch out. Pretty well full of molten solder now. Alright, I let it cool off a little bit, but we'll get it good and hot again. I got our wire right here. Let it settle in. That's it. Good soldered terminal. And then our terminal just slide into place and lock in. Alright, here's where our lithium battery pack stands, 54.3 volts. Let's figure we'd do a quick test before we started. Alrighty, got our battery all connected up. Let's turn our circuit breaker on. And we'll turn our on-off switch on. And see what our meter says here. 54.3 volts. Alright, I have to reset our watt-hour meter though. Out here on the straightaway, got 54.41 volts in our battery pack. 0 miles on the odometer. See what she does. Zipped along, got up to 19. I'll get some readings. Hello, puppy. Get some voltage readings, see what kind of voltage drop we're getting now. Well, the sunshine ain't helping us none, is it? Right. Well, we got 104 watt hours used on our battery pack so far, and it's still showing, well, it's recovering at about 53 volts. Motor's just barely warm. That one's a little bit warmer. I feel a little bit of heat in there.
I'm not hot.
Maybe it's just the Anderson connector itself. Well, the tires are getting well worn. My goodness. Oh yeah. Wear indicators. That one's about gone. I can still see them a little bit on these ones. Well, we're up to a little over 100 watt hours. Battery pack still showing a little over 53 volts. Out on our little parking lot track here. Get some numbers over here. Hopefully you can see this. Well, we've got her up to 200 watt hours used now. Still showing 52.63 volts in our battery pack. And feeling around. The output wires are a bit warm. So is this corner of the battery. It's feeling a little warmth in the output wires, and then this corner of the battery where all the output wires come out. Alright, we got her up to 250 watt hours used out of our lithium battery pack, and it's still showing 52.47 volts. But our output wires are getting warm. This corner of the battery is really warm. Not anywhere else. our output wires in this corner of the battery. Well, we've still got 52 volts in our battery pack. We've used 261 watt hours. I don't know, that heating up kind of concerns me a bit. I think I'm going to stop our test at this, check things out a bit more, and go from there. Both speed controllers are a bit warm, and oh yeah, both motors are kind of warm, but not extremely bad.